Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. This is just a brief video as we build up to the new National Hunt season. But I thought, as we've got a really good card at Auteuil tomorrow, it's important to get some content together. Was going to write this as an article, but it's probably easier to explain in a video. And it's really just if you're getting a little bit bored of the flat racing, if the heavy ground at Haydock and at Newmarket is getting on your nerves, maybe you want to have a look at Auteuil tomorrow because there are two fantastic races on an 8 race card. I'm just going to share my screen and take you through a couple of the races that I think are really important to watch. This is the first one, which is the Richard and Robert Hennessy. It is a grade 3 steeplechase over 4,400 metres. And as you can see at the top, this is the big one because this is the comeback of Est Francais for Noel George and Amanda Zetterholm. Fantastic in the Cato Star at Kempton last year. It didn't quite go to plan in the spring, but they gave him a bit of time off. And actually, this is the second year in a row that things haven't gone well in the spring and that they've changed their mind, giving him a break. He came back last autumn in devastating fashion. The King George at Kempton is the main aim. That's the plan for the rest of this season. So this is the first step on that road. Now, what is he up against tomorrow? Well, he's up against some very established names that you'll see going around in all of these chase races over the coming months. The likes of Gold Tweet, who some of you may remember won the Cleve Hurdle 18 months ago. He's back over fences. You've got YouTube Glass. You've got Amy de Kiff, who was a 4-year-old Grade 1 winner here, although slightly fortunate one. You've got Toscana de Burle, who's exceptionally talented, but seems to always find a way to belt a fence and come down. And we've got a few others in there as well, Losange Bleu, Jojo Lepan. Now, if Est Francais returns to the form that he showed 12 months ago, he's going to win this doing handstands. He cannot possibly be a bet because you don't know about his fitness. And with much bigger targets in mind, you'd have to bear that as something to consider. What I plan to do is to keep an eye on that King George anti-post price. If Est Francais jumps out in front and looks in a good rhythm, the price is going to contract. We can't help that. That's the way modern anti-post betting works. But if he's going well, he should really be looking to win this by 10 lengths or more. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That's quite exciting. But the other race comes slightly earlier, and this is an interesting race. This is the Prix de Compiègne. It's a grade 3 hurdle over 3,900 metres, and it features the two best staying hurdlers that are currently in training in France. And the reason I say currently in training is because we sadly announced this week that Thelem is out until at least March. And I think that certainly rules out any hopes of seeing him at Cheltenham and possibly any grade 1s. But let's look at this race in isolation. At the top of the weights, we've got Losange Bleu, who is the winner of the French champion hurdle back in May. He is a superstar stayer in the making. I think he would probably have beaten Thelem anyway had they met at some point this autumn. Absolutely outstanding horse, but in the same Papo colours, getting 2 kilos is potentially the next rising star, which is this horse, Jeu de Taille, who's been absolutely outstanding to win 7 of his 8 starts. He's a grade 1 flat AQPS winner from Paris Longchamp last year. Ended the spring with a really impressive win in a grade 2. Takes his first step up against the big boys when he takes on Losange Bleu, but the two of them look to be quite a way clear of the rest. I think this is one of the best races of the day. I can't call it between the two. With weight on his side, you'd think Jeu de Taille might just slightly have the edge over Losange Bleu, but the two of them are absolutely at the peak of their powers and are probably two of the best staying hurdlers around. So it's really exciting to watch that race too. No bets on either of them. I'd expect Losange Bleu to be the favourite for the Grand Prix d'Automne, which is the big grade 1 hurdle in November at Auteuil. In which case, this is probably a prep run for him, but it's worth bearing in mind that the likes of Hermes Bay and L'Autonomie and Gallup Marine have all won this race, with Gallup Marine and Hermes Bay running for the same connection. So you'd have to think that they're going to be relatively straight. Fantastic cards worth of jumps racing, worth getting involved in. And as I said, keep an eye on that King George price, because if Est Francais is going well, it's probably worth trying to get it before the media hype takes over and the bookies take the cut. Thank you very much for watching. I kept it nice and short for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more National Hunt content shortly.